What is up, guys? Happy Monday. Today we're going to go ahead and cover top-down analysis, right? This was actually a play. We're on AUD/USD. This is actually a play that we talked about last Friday, which is pretty dope. So this is what was going down, right? I'm going to go ahead and play this back for you guys. Okay. All right, guys. So Friday we were talking about looking for buys because AUD/USD just looks like it wants to continue higher, right? After we got this change of direction here, so a higher time frame. After we got this change of direction, the market has been slowly making its way back up. Yes, the market has been making trendline liquidity, right? I do agree with you on that. And sometimes, guys, we have a misconception that sometimes when we see trendline liquidity, that the market is going to just come down and then we're going to take off, right? Do not think that, guys. Okay, do not think that. The market does not have to do anything. Okay, the market does not have to do that. We we should all be loaded with alerts right here, right? Put an alert right here. Be ready for this move. But since we got this confirmation, right? Since we got this confirmation, the change of character, we have to be looking for buy continuations, right? There was buys that were captured all throughout here. That's why the market is steadily moving up a bit higher, right? Let's go ahead and delete some stuff. That's why the market is slowly moving higher, right? But look, a lot of people think that the market has to go ahead and sweep this liquidity, that the market should have kept going lower and then continued up higher. Guys, it doesn't have to do that, right? If you can see that the market actually never swept the lowest piece of liquidity, just have that identified. Have that identified, right? We know this is still equal lows and there is still liquidity sitting right here. So sometime in the future, yes, we would love to see if we can get something that looks like this, take liquidity and then continue going higher. Or that's option one, right? We should always pay attention to liquidity and see if the market can sweep that. And if the market sweeps that, guys, we have to pay attention to the structure on the way down. This is going to be very, very important, right? Very, very important. And a lot of times this is overlooked, right? As soon as we have a break of structure to the downside, we have to pay attention to what's happening right here to the left-hand side, right? As soon as we get this break of structure, we have to start looking at previous structure to see if we had just swept liquidity, right? Now, for me, I'm not just buying, right? Just because market swept liquidity, I'm not buying right here. That's not what I do, okay? And I don't suggest anybody else do that either. Unless you drop to a lower time frame down here and you find yourself, a head and shoulders setup that you're willing to risk money on, right? If you could find that in this section right here, then okay, do your thing, right? But just because the market swept liquidity, I am not buying just because the market swept liquidity. I'm either waiting right here, guys, where I'm supposed to wait. I'm either waiting right here or I want to see the same thing happen again, right? Once we sweep liquidity, I want to see the market do the same thing. Give me a low, a BOS. This BOS also swept liquidity. But do we change direction here? Give me an unmute, guys. Give me an unmute. Unmute, guys. Do we change direction in this area and continue going higher?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So once we can spot that, let's go ahead and see if we can look for some possible continuations to the upside. Because the market does not have to come down here. As much as I really want it to give me a really good swing opportunity, the market does not have to come down here. So we have to be on our toes with this area right here. Especially if we had just swept liquidity, and this goes hand in hand. Does this make sense, everybody? Let me see. I'm gonna pull up the chats now. Does this make sense? Give me a one if this makes sense, guys. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Awesome, guys. What's good, Daniel? Right? So I'm either waiting down here or I'm waiting for this thing to happen. Now check me out, guys. Look at what the market's doing. Yes, we know that the market still left liquidity, so we should always have something to identify that. But look at what the market just did. Let's drop to a 4-hour time frame. Actually, let's go to the daily and slowly go down. Let's go to the 8-hour. Okay, cool. So look at what the market did, guys. We can see we have liquidity here. Liquidity. And the market is also consolidating. Consolidation. Guys, when the market drops, does this wick sweep this liquidity? Yes or no? Unmute. Yes or no? Does this wick sweep this liquidity? Let me know, guys.
Yes.
Unmute.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Let's go. Let's identify that. Market has just swept liquidity. Cool. We know that it left some, but it also swept some and continued going higher. So, okay, cool. The market swept liquidity. Do we have a break of structure to the downside? Yes, we do. Do we have a change of direction to the upside? Yes, we do. Right? So I would be looking to take some possible buys in this area to see if we can continue with the bullishness. Right? Continue with the bullishness. We also have a starting point right here in this area as well. Right? Because as soon as we break structure, we have higher high, higher low, BOS. Now look at what the market is doing. The market literally respected that right now. Maybe just missed it. Just missed it. Sometimes that happens. You know, it is what it is. But now look, we're on the 8-hour time frame, right? Again, we're looking for buys down here, but let's drop to the 4-hour time frame and start looking at structure. Okay, I'm gonna shrink this up. This is the 4-hour starting point. I'm gonna do the same thing, guys. I'm either waiting at possible buy zones or I'm waiting for a structure to shift, right? So let's go ahead and see. Do we have a break of structure to the downside, guys? Yes or no? Unmute. What's up, Jason? What's good, bro?
Yes.
Do
Yes.
we have a break of structure? Let's go. Did we just get another break of structure? Yes. Another break of structure? Yes. But I'm missing one line, guys. What line am I missing?
Change of direction line.
My change of direction line. Where does it go, guys? Go ahead and annotate. Draw my chart. Where does my change of direction line go? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The girls are killing it. The girl showed up to play today. The guy said, I don't know. I mean, you know, it is what it is. We're here, but the girls are really trying to get it. Oh, Daniel is saying he's here too. Thanks, Daniel. But let's go ahead, right? Let's see if we can get that. Awesome. We got the change of direction, guys. Guys, this happened on Sunday. This change of direction happened yesterday, right? I have my shoulder right here. Let's go ahead. We'll change this. Got the change of direction confirmed. My stop loss. Let's go ahead. So this is the setup, right? We have the left shoulder, my stop loss, 1 to 3 risk to award. One to three risk to award, guys. Right? So the market missed our buy zone. We were waiting for buys down in this area. It missed it. It is what it is. It happens. But as soon as we get this confirmation, it's time to make some moves. Right? For me, I am willing to risk some capital, especially if we just saw the market give us a nice push up, giving us a higher high. The market gave us a lower low. And because of the structure, right, we're already expecting the market to make new highs. Give me a 5 if you guys are with me. Because the market with AUD USD is so strong right now, we're expecting the market to continue higher, right? Now look, this is the thing. We're obviously waiting for the market to come down here, and if market would have gave us a snipe, that would have been super nasty, right? But because of structure, we have to pay attention. Lower low, lower high, BOS. Lower low, lower high, BOS. Lower low, higher high. Now we're looking to continue that bullish move to the upside. Give me an 8 if this makes sense, guys. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can get this thing going. Market came right back in there. We hold a little bit of drawdown. That's not a lot, guys. Especially if you guys are calculating trades, which everybody should be doing, right? Everybody's account size is different, but everybody should be risking within 1% per trade, right? Maybe you break it down to a quarter, maybe you break it down to 50%, half a percent, or a percent, right? So you should already know how much money you should be risking and losing if the market doesn't go your way, right? So let's go ahead. The market is honestly moving quickly. Crazy movement. Gave us a 1-to-1. We were able to partial. Gave us a 1-to-2. We were able to break even and also continue to partial if it allows you to, on your depending on your lot size. And the market is on its way to a 1-to-3 as we speak, and just missed your entry, right? But at this point, I'm sorry, just missed your TP. But at this point, guys, we should already be at break even, and we should already take partials at least once, minimum. If you're not taking partials at 1-to-2, I get that because that's your break even area as of, that's what I've been doing. So as of like 3 weeks, that's what I've been doing. And this is a profitable trade already. You're able to take money off the trade and you're at break even. And we can still continue higher, right? We can still continue higher. We have consolidation. We have a break of structure to the downside. And if we can go ahead and continue and get this change of direction, what do you think we're going to be looking for, guys? If we can get this set up again, what do you think we're going to be looking for? Buys. Yes, Etney. If we can get this set up again, guys, we're going to continue riding the bullishness. We're going to continue riding the bullishness. So whoever is in this trade is already up. Leave your trade alone. I hope you took partials. Keep your stop loss at break even and let the market do its thing. Okay? Let the market do its thing. But give me an 8 if this makes sense, guys. Because as of right now, this can be a possible move for what's tomorrow, Tuesday? This can be a move for Tuesday or Wednesday or possibly Thursday, depending on how the market moves. If we can get the market to break structure or change direction, possibly hold, we never know. We can get something for Wednesday, Thursday, and continue that bullishness, guys. Okay?
Hey, Vinny.
So, what's up?
So what if it could also come back and then come back for here on the lower one as well?
It can, right? So if you're already in this trade, you should risk free, right? If you want to close, if you want to manually close and be like, yo, close all, do what you got to do, right? You can't be mad at yourself for closing trades early, especially if you're deep in blues, right? First and foremost, let me just say that, right? There is no wrong when you're closing blues. Let's just be real, right? But Daniel is right. The market can definitely come down a bit more, which we would like, right? And then continue going higher. So again, if you're already in this trade, put your stop loss to break even. I hope you partialed out. Let the market do what it does, right? But now as we continue to look for more opportunities, let's go ahead and clear this stuff. Guys, would you consider this a break of structure to the upside? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and label that. We have a 2-candle breakout rally, right? 2-candle breakout rally. Let's follow that rally back down to the last selling candle, right? 1, 2, right here. This is the last selling candle. This is my starting point, guys, right? Again, we call it the starting point because that last selling candle literally starts that bullish movement, right? It had to pull back, had to get some extra strength on its name. You feel me? This last selling candle, this is our buy area. We're looking to continue buys. But now as we drop down, again, we rinse and repeat, right? We are either waiting right here. Daniel's waiting right here because I know he wants the market to go a little lower. So do I. I'm waiting right here. Nova's waiting right here. Giselle, Etney, Alan, we're all waiting right here. Tere, right? We're all waiting right here. Everybody, the whole powerhouse squad is waiting right here for buys, right? But now the same thing, we rinse and repeat. Guys, do we have the break of structure? Yes. If we want to see the market continue going higher, what do we need to see? The change of direction. So if we can get this, it's time to start looking to continue more buys. And now if this gets clapped, if that just happens to, get clapped after we get that change of direction, right? Maybe we're looking to take some buys off of here. The market claps this area. We already know where the market wants to go next. So we can go ahead and continue shifting that market higher. Does that make sense? Sometimes these inverted, these small ones will get clapped just to make a bigger one, right? Just to make a bigger one. So it'll give you an opportunity, right? And then go ahead and clap your area, come back down to here just to make a big ass inverted. Boom, continue higher. Give me an 8 if that makes sense. Right? So that's why I'm willing to risk my opportunity to continue these buys, because worst comes to worst, I take a loss, I run my risk to reward, and I stay ready for the lower zone that we all want. That way, when this move happens, I can recoup my loss, gain some profit, and then wait for the next move here so we can go ahead and continue the next move. Right? So that's what I am looking for on AUD USD right now. So we're waiting. We're either waiting for the change of direction or we're waiting for the market to hold and do its thing. Because Daniel is correct. The market can definitely come into this area and start making its way down. Now, if that happens, guys, if this happens, what should we be doing? Because as of right now, this is my need change of direction line. If the market continues to make its way down, guys, what should we be doing?
Adjusting.
Adjusting. Let's go ahead and just stay accurate, right? Stay accurate. Now, if the market continues, we can start looking for buys, right? But if the market ends up holding again and drops down lower, we need to adjust. Boom, break a structure, move my line. We should already be in. Market picked up the whole powerhouse squad. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, if we can go ahead and get this change of direction, we can go ahead and start looking to stack some opportunities. Make sense, guys? Give me a 2 if this makes sense. And give me a question mark if you have any questions about this. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Victoria. Do gold next, please. Similar thing happened on the daily time frames. Nice swing buy, but didn't come all the way down. But the 1 hour gave a solid continuation buy. Yes, and we actually talked about gold a couple of sessions back, like 2 weeks back, right? So let's go ahead. We'll go to gold. Yep, we were looking for buys. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we were talking about looking for buys in this area as well. The market did buy up. We can see that the market did actually respect the zone for a little bit. Market came in and then gave us a nice push. First time tuning in, let's go. Let's go. Welcome, right? Welcome first and foremost, right? This is, I would say this isn't as a beginner call as it should be, right? Because we have already been going through the beginner sections and we're slowly going to intermediate. And right now, this is where between that beginner to intermediate stage, right? But I really do my best to break things down as simple as I can for the beginners as well. The best thing you can do is just watch with intent, watch to learn, write down questions if you have any questions. And next Monday will be a basic call again, and I'll make sure that that call is very basic for our beginners. Sounds good? 8 p.m. PST. 8 p.m. Monday and Friday. PST. But if you have any questions, even I know you're brand new, but even if you have any questions, go ahead and unmute. Ask me what do I mean. I'll go ahead and break it down as simple as I can for you, for sure. But yes, let's go ahead and continue. The market does continue going higher. It taps in and then we push. Now this is gold on the daily time frame, so that's not a bad push up, to be honest. I mean, it's not that's 400 pips. Am I tripping? 400 pips, which is not bad. I mean, off the daily, but the market just didn't continue higher, right? So what do, guys? As the market is looking for our lower zone, right? We already had these zones ready. So it's not like, oh, we're shocked the market went lower, right? If you were shocked, it's because you weren't prepared. You didn't go to a higher time frame to get yourself 5 steps ahead. You stayed on the lower time frame and now you're 5 steps behind, right? Give me a 2 if that makes sense. You should always look at higher time frames, even if you scalp, guys. Even if you scalp, I get it. You guys want to make the money fast. I get it, right? But when the market wants to go crazy, where is the market going to go to? And usually it'll go to a higher time frame zone. So even if you're on the 5 minute to 15 to 1 minute, right? Always have your 4-hour daily zones marked up as well. Now look, we're looking for buys in this area. Market fails to come down that low. It happens. It happens. Let's go ahead and continue. Guys, do we have the breaker structure to the downside? Nice. Do you have the breaker structure to the downside, guys?
Yes.
Let me know. Talk to me nice. Let's get it. Yes, we do. As of right now, this is my change of direction line, right? Let's see if the market can continue going lower or we're going to get that change of direction. The market gave us a BOS. We continue to adjust. Now on the daily time frame, we have not changed direction. As of right now, we're actually in a starting point. So if this, and this, again, this is a very important starting point because if this zone holds, we'll end up making our way down lower and possibly getting to this right shoulder to continue going higher. But if this zone disrespects, just like AUD on Friday, just like how I broke it down right now, if we can go ahead and get this change of direction, we can start looking for the market to come back down to shift back up. Give me a 3 if that makes sense, guys. Let's go. Now, I know Etney said something about the 1 hour time frame, so let's drop down time frame by time frame. Oops. I'm seeing this on the 1 hour for sure. So we can agree right now, 4-hour structure is pretty much the same as the daily structure. So I'm just going to leave this here. Again, we have a shoulder right here as well. So again, this area can hold. This is a very important area. Very important area. And if we get this change of direction, this is how I want to show you guys, right? We have to learn to adapt and be okay with deleting things and redrawing things, right? If the market can go ahead and make its way, make its way and change direction, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, adjust. Well, I'm just going to move this up because that's my alarm right now. I'm going to delete that. Mark this as my change of direction. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adjust, move my old starting point to my brand new starting point. And let's just say this is it for right now. And then I'm going to move my old shoulder to my new shoulder. Once we get this, I am now waiting for the market to make its way back so we can go ahead and shift the market up higher. Give me a 2 if that makes sense, guys. The 4-hour and the daily structure, pretty much the same, okay? So what I want to go ahead and do now is drop down to that 1-hour zone that Etney was talking about. So right now this hasn't happened yet. 1 hour. So we do get that shift, and I do like this. You remember how I tell you guys my favorite head and shoulders are the ones that just leave wicks and take off? Nasty wick. That was definitely a liquidity sweep, and then the market just took off right away. Like liquidity sweep, we're gone. We're gone. We're gone. Right? Those are my favorite types of head and shoulders. So this technically, guys, would this be a break of structure or a liquidity sweep? Let me know in the chats. A BOS or money signs? BOS or money signs? Let me know in the chats. Oh man, we got 3 people. We have 27 and only 3 people are interacting, which means the rest of you guys might not know, which is not a good thing, right? So this is a liquidity sweep. If we would have had, let me tell you what the difference is, right? What's the difference, Vinny? I got you, Vinny. Don't trip, big dog. All right. Notice, we know this is my lower low. This is my lower high. In order for me to get a break of structure, I need the market to break and close below that black line, right? So meaning if this gray candle would have stayed below this black line, this would be a break of structure to the downside. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. Awesome. Awesome. So if this candle would have broken and closed, that would have been a BOS. But look at what it does. It moves the market. Momentum is in the chat, right? Momentum is in the chat. And then it sweeps liquidity and says, you know what? We don't want to go down today. I think we want to go higher. And then just leaves the wick. So when you see that we needed a break of structure, but it was only a wick, this would be considered a liquidity sweep, right? Now, I do like when we have a wick for a head, but it needs to be followed by a change of direction. Guys, do we have a wick as my head? Do we have the wick as
Yes.
the head?
Yeah.
We have left shoulder, head, but does this wick, does this get followed by a change of direction? Does that get followed by a change of direction? Yes or no, guys? Yes. Yes, it does. Let's pull out the homie. Right? The wick, that low wick that takes this low, that's my head. Right? Where's my little thingy? Oh, right here. Left shoulder, neckline, the head, change of direction. We're looking to continue buys, but the market fails to come down this low. Right? It happens. It is what it is. Nothing we can do about that. But let's go to a higher time frame and see what's possible. So this is the thing, right? If the market can continue with its bullishness and we just continue having green or I guess blue candles, my starting point would be right here. Now, I would not mind that since that is deeper inside the structure, right? But since the market can go up higher, then pull back, my last selling candle might be right here in this area before my change of direction, right? So that's something to keep an eye on. So if that happens, obviously you want to go ahead and adjust. This would be my starting point, and this would be my left shoulder. We would have to run our risk to reward. Okay, I'm trying to give you guys different scenarios so you guys can think that, okay, well, different things can happen. It's not always going to be one thing every single time. Guys, if it was like that, trading would be so, like, it would be easier, trust me. But we have to think in different scenarios, okay?
Hey, Vinny, I have a question.
What's good?
So on the 1 hour, wouldn't you have like that starting point? Wouldn't have that been like a good entry, or you wouldn't get in on there?
This one, yes, but it ends up hitting your stop loss depending on if you put your stop loss super tight, like right here. It definitely takes you out. But if you are willing to say, you know what, I'm willing to risk a little bit of pips and put it at the dominant low, which I don't believe anybody is willing to do personally, you would still be in. You know, that would be an awesome trade. And you're obviously giving your trade room to breathe just in case the market does come back to this right shoulder. You know, you're still in. You're just in a bit early, but you're still in, right? But just because of this tight stop loss, I don't think we'd be in there. But let's just see if we could have gotten a reentry. right? Because this technically would have been your stop, and obviously the market does clap that. So let's drop down time frame by time frame and see if we could have caught something. Let's go to the 5. All right, I do like this. Now, this is a bit aggressive. I will be honest with you guys. This is a bit aggressive, but if you are looking to continue this buy zone, this is what I like to do. And you can back test this, guys. You can back test this. This is called the setup within the setup, right? So I'm focused on the structure inside of here. Especially if I'm looking for buys, right? Sometimes the market's going to put you in early. Somebody got in here, you got in early. Someone got in here, you got in early. What happens? The banks come in, they'll hit your stop loss, and then go your way. And you think you missed the trade. And sometimes it happens, right? But this is what I want to show you guys. And this goes hand in hand with the thing that I just showed you not too long ago, right? I know that we had to break a structure here. Now, where's my starting point that breaks structure? If this is my BOS at the downside, my starting point would be right here. Right? My starting point would be right there. It obviously gets violated. So this is how I'm going to play it, right? This is how I'm going to play it. Break a structure to the downside, because this is how you have to see the things, guys, right? Let's go ahead. BOS to the downside. My change of direction line is here. BOS line, my change of direction line is right here. BOS to the downside, my change of direction line is here. Guys, do we get the change of direction? Yes or no? Do we get the change of direction in this area?
Yes.
Yes, right? So look, we have a 1 candle breakout rally. My starting point would be here. Boom. Now, my left shoulder, would be right here. Very, very tight, but that is my shoulder, right? My stop loss would be the brand new stop loss right here. Now, again, this would be aggressive because we'd never really break and close above that high. So here, so I mean, you're really looking for this buy bias, right? You're really going to be looking for this buy bias. Let me see, where are we at? Right? Does that make sense, guys? Because if we just got this, we're looking to continue the bullishness, right? Now, if we go down, time frame by time frame, now this happens also on the 15-minute, right? On the 5, we get a bit more structure. On the 15, this is the only pullback, but it's the same, right? BOS, change of direction. This is the last selling candle that gives me my change of direction here. Boom, take the market up. So, yeah, I just want to let you guys know that this definitely would have been a bit aggressive, but if you are focused on that buy bias, it does give you an opportunity. And it even gives you another one back to back, right? And honestly, these ones look a bit cleaner, but again, it's still aggressive because we don't change direction in this area till here. Till here, literally. But I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Notice, if this is my buy zone that I want to see reactions off of, I'm going to clean this up for clarity, right? If this is the reaction zone, how will you take a look before you get in the trade? What do you mean? Can you ask that again, like in a different way? How will you take a look before you get into a trade? If anybody else understands how he's asking or what he's asking, you guys can unmute. How will you take a look before you get in the trade?
Maybe he's asking like what you would look for.
I mean, just based off of structure, just based off literally what I've been breaking down, how will you take a look before it touches the green line? All right, so again, I'm gonna repeat that. I'm gonna repeat the whole thing. Focus up, right? Because we got this change of direction. Because we got this change of direction, guys. No questions right now. Pay attention. Because we got this change of direction, we are now looking for buys. Okay, we're now looking for buy bias. Especially if this is what we're looking at, right? We had just missed our buy opportunity. The market shifts and ends up giving our change of direction. So we have two opportunities how we can play this. We have a starting point here and a left shoulder here. Okay, now the thing is if you're playing the starting point, you obviously got your stop loss hit because your stop loss was this low wick. So it hits your stop loss before the market goes your way. Give me a 5 if you guys are with me right now. Give me a 5. Give me a 5. And anybody who was just asking questions, give me a 5 if you're with me. Give me a question mark if you're confused. Awesome. Awesome. So now this is how I'm looking at this, right? And there's different ways. Who likes to play aggressively in the markets? Give me a 1 if you like to play aggressive, and give me a 5 if you like to wait for confirmation. Because there are two different types of people, right? And you have to understand how you like to participate in these markets. On indices, I like to be pretty aggressive, to be honest, and I'm willing to hold drawdown. Right, on gold, I'm not really that aggressive. I'm not gonna be honest. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really that aggressive. I don't even trade gold like that. So like, even if someone sends in a trade, I'm just like, I don't know, dog. It's not my pair. I'm like more like standoffish, right? Now, when it comes to forex pairs, I like to be a lot more patient because those things take forever. And when if you can get a lower time frame change of direction, you can hold that thing for a minute, but it just takes a long time. So yeah, and usually you can run your risk to reward a bit better. But you have to understand how you like to trade, right? Now, if you are the preservative trader, right? This is everybody who likes to wait for confirmations. Give me a 2 if you like to wait for confirmations. This is for you, right? If you like to wait for confirmations, give me a 2, and this is for you. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna play this back a bit more. So as of right now, our only BOS is here. My change of direction line is right here, okay? Yes, sir, patience, baby, patience. So at this point, this is my left shoulder, my break of structure. I need to see the market change direction for more buy opportunities. That's what I want to see. Let's take a look. We get into some profit. Market goes our way. Okay, cool. We haven't changed direction yet. We haven't gotten this. It's in profit, but we haven't gotten this. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, now we adjust. Now we adjust. We have my break of structure there. My change of direction line is here. So you have to wait. If you like to stay patient and wait for confirmations, we have the left shoulder, head. You need to wait for the change of direction. As soon as we get this, go ahead, update, and we can start looking for some more opportunities once we get the change of direction. Give me a 2 if this makes sense for all my patient traders. Gotta wait. You gotta wait for the confirmation. And you know what really helps, guys? You know what really helps is this line here. And that's why I use this line specifically, right? You can set alerts on TradingView. Put this line here. Go to the alert area. Once per bar close. I don't want once only, because if the market just touches this line one time, the alert will go off. Give me a 1 if that makes sense. As soon as a candle touches it, it's gonna go off and then it'll expire. Okay. Once per bar is the market. If one candle touches it, it'll go off. If another candle touches it, it'll go off. If another candle touches it, it'll go off. I don't want that either. Give me a 1 if that makes sense. Because a change of direction confirmation isn't just a touch, right? We need the once per bar close. So I want to press once per bar close, crossing up. Now, as soon as we get this change of direction right here, oops, as soon as we get this change of direction right there, this line will then go off and your alert will notify you. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. These lines for alerts, super clutch. You cannot set a break and close alert with just setting these. These are one touch alerts. So as soon as the market touches this alert, you will be notified. You cannot set break and close. Right? You can put greater than, moving up, moving down, but it does not give you a break and close alert. It gives you one only once or every time. That's not what I want. I want once per bar close, crossing up or crossing down, depending on what you want. Okay? So if you like to be patient and wait for confirmations, you need to wait for this first. Okay? And then we can start looking for opportunities. Now, if you like to play aggressive, give me a 10 if you like to play aggressive in the market. Because if you're putting it down, staying 10 toes for the hood, for the squad, let me know if you like to play aggressive, guys. Right? And then we can most likely, actually, nah. Give me a second. So this is what I like to call a setup within the setup, right? If we know that we're looking for some type of buy in this area, right? I want to focus on structure. Guys, nothing is hard. We have to focus on the structure. BOS, let's go ahead and adjust. My change of direction line is here. We have lower low, lower high, BOS. Let's continue to adjust. Lower low, lower high, lower low. We have the BOS. Let's continue to adjust. Now this is the thing, right? Let's just say the market gives me, oh, this should be lower. Let's put this down a little lower. Let's say market puts me in profit and then hits my stop loss. This is what we need to focus on. We need to focus on the structure that hits our stop loss. Boom. That just hit our stop. So we also have the BOS or liquidity sweep that just happened here in this area, right? I'll put a BOS. And obviously we need the change of direction for a higher time frame and for the people who like to stay patient. Well, we also have the structure here, guys. Guys, do we have a break of structure right here? Yes, we do. Now, if we're looking to play aggressive, this is my first change of direction, right? Especially if this is where my closest starting point is, the market is either going to respect and go down, or the market's going to change direction here first, and then change direction for the next time frame. Give me a 1 if that makes sense, and give me a question mark if you're confused. So I'm focused on this area right here. I want the small setup inside the big setup. If we can get the small setup cooking, right? If we can get this small setup cooking here, this change of direction and entry can possibly give me the change of direction for the bigger setup, so we can now use this opportunity. Does this make sense? Does anybody have any questions other than V, who is brand new? Especially if these are your pairs, guys. Like, if this is your pair and you want to be as accurate as possible and catch these moves and understand what to do next, guys, honestly, it's literally as easy as marking up and just staying accurate to what the price is giving you, to what the market structure is printing out. But it's also very, very hard if you do not mark up your structure. Marking up your structure, guys, that is printed out If you are lazy with it and do not mark it up, it's going to bite you in the butt. But as soon as this structure gets printed out and you mark it up, like, bro, now it has to listen to you. We're either waiting for this change of direction or we're waiting for the market to come back into this area and continue to sell off. And that's why these break and close alerts here are super, super important, right? Super, super important. And that's literally what happened. Let's go back down to the 1 hour. That's literally what happened right here. Where are we at? Where are we at? 5-minute time frame. Let's drop down real quick. Oops, not that one. Let's go down to here. 5-minute time frame. So this is my BOS, right? I'm gonna clean this up. We know that we're looking for buys here. We had a break of structure that happened here. We need the change of direction for the higher time frame structure. But look, where's my structure at? Look at my structure. BOS, BOS. Let's mark that up. Let's mark that up. Break a structure to the downside. We need the change of direction line. Right? So let's take a look. What happens? What happens? Okay, we get the change of direction. Awesome. I would like to use the starting point. Let's see if we can go ahead and re-enter this trade. My entry there, my stop loss at the low. And I would like to attack the highs that were had printed before. Right? Again, if this is where the market makes that U-turn and make, if this is where the market makes the U-turn to come back for us, right here, I want to have my swing TP set right there. Yes, I want to practice. And look at how that's a perfect 1 to 3. Guys, the market makes 0 mistakes. I promise you. The market makes 0 mistakes. Taps right into that area and continues to go higher. We are right now at a 1 to 1. We have already taken partial at a 1 to 1. Now let me look at, guys. I'm going to delete this for clarity. I'm going to delete this for clarity, and I'm going to delete this for clarity. Do I stream live trades? Nah, bro, I call them out beforehand. Or I'm sorry, this is a sis, right? Sorry, sis, nah. I don't trade live. We go over the market together, and I help get you ready and prepared for the next trade opportunity so you can go ahead and catch them alone. Unfortunately, the time that I go live, the market's kind of slow right now, so there's very little trading opportunities, unfortunately. So yeah, that's why my trading stream is mainly educational, and we're not taking as many opportunities as we may like. Does that make sense? I'm pretty much getting you ready, right? I'm preparing you. We're sharpening the knife. We're getting better. But just like last Friday, if you were on at the beginning of the call, you probably weren't, but it's okay. Last Friday, at the very, very end of the call, right? I had called out a buy, and the market literally did what it was supposed to do, right? So let's go ahead. I'll cover this real quick, and then let's see if we can take a look at that. But look at this, guys. This is why I have been practicing partialing out at 1 to 1 and moving stop loss to break even at 1 to 2. This is a 1 to 1. So if I would have just moved my stop loss to break even, look at what happens. Market gives me 1 to 1, and then comes to hit me break even, and then goes my way. I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of that. And if I could find a really good setup that I'm willing to risk on, I'm willing to risk my capital, right? And I'm very picky on trades. So if it's something that I see is worth it, I'm going to run it, right? Now notice, my 1 to 1 is around here. So I switched it up. I am now taking partials at 1 to 1. My 1 to 2 is right here. So if I was in this trade, I would have just now moved my stop loss to break even. And now we're waiting for the market to hit my take profit. Boom. Right? So if you're in this trade, I mean, that's how I would be playing this now, especially with gold. I'm over golden indices. I'm over being manipulated and hitting my stop loss to break even. Again, make sure you back test that information. It's been working for me, and I've been liking it, so I can't lie. I can't lie at all. But let me take a look here. I'm gonna hop off real quick. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull up a video. Let me see. Did I send it to? I think I did. Let's go. Give me a second, guys. Copy selected text. Give me a second. All right. Let's go ahead. We're gonna watch a video of last Friday. Sorry, baby. Watch the video from last Friday. You guys can see my screen, right? Let's go ahead. We'll play it.
Bro, it's respecting structure, like I've been teaching you. Breakage structure to the downside. Where's my last buying candle? Right here. Oh, snap. Breakage structure to the downside. Where's my last buying candle? Boom. So this is the last starting point. Notice how this one was respected. This one was respected. This one was respected. This one was respected. This is the very last starting point that needs to be respected in order for the market to change direct or continue back down. I'm sorry. In order for the market to continue back down. This is the very last one, and then we can continue down. If this starting point does not get respected, then what do we have? Change of direction. Let's start looking for buys and shift that market higher.
So let's pause that right there, and let's go to AUD USD. That was this move right here, guys. My break of structure. This was my change of direction. Let's take a look. We called the move out on Friday. Right? We called the move out on Friday. I put everybody on notice. If you plugged in, you were ready and prepared. Right? Let's go to the 1 hour. Look at the movement that happened. That should have been your entry. So V, unfortunately, I don't trade live for the squad anymore. But I prepare you guys. So if you plug in, you will have trades that we're just waiting for. Does that make sense? Guys, pays to plug in. Pays to plug in. I saw Etney was like, yo, check my chart. My bad, guys. My bad. What is this? NAS, yes, this isn't too bad. This structure down here is pretty choppy as well. Honestly, I'm really liking NAS and indices a bit lower, even though they are showing some bullishness. I'm still expecting the market to come a bit lower. This doesn't look like solid structure in my opinion, and we're still holding that swing high. We have not gotten that break of structure to the upside. On SPX we have slightly, but on US 30 and on US 30 we have as well. But honestly, this structure looks very suspect. I'm not really looking to enter any structure on here. I still want the market to drop a bit lower. So that's for me. But I do understand what you're looking at. So if this does not work out, Etney, it's literally because the market wants to go lower, right? So, and if we drop down and take a look at this, right? In my opinion, the way it looks to me is the market's kind of moving sideways, right? Even though we might have a candle break and close on the 30, on the 4 hour, that might just be a wick. No, that is a break and close. Okay. A little different. Okay. So if that's what you're willing to risk your capital on, which is not a bad setup, let's go. I see you looking, even on the lower time frame, this looks a lot better. I ain't gonna lie to you. But on the higher time frame, I still like options lower. But yes, I do see what you're looking at. The market definitely swept liquidity with the wick, and it is followed by a change of direction. So I do see what you're looking at, and the market is right there. If you want extra confirmation, the market's literally consolidating, right? So if we get the break of structure, mark up that break of structure. That's my BOS. And if we get the change of direction off of that, right? Well, then we can go ahead and start playing this opportunity here and not this one. Does that make sense? Awesome. Awesome. Guys, I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I think every call for like since maybe like a month or two ago, honestly, they've been pretty fire. You guys are asking really good questions, and I like that everybody is leveling up and wanting to advance. You know what I'm saying? You guys come here wanting to learn, and I appreciate that as well. You know, because I want to teach and I want to give you guys all the sauce that I know. And if you guys are willing to soak up that information and be a sponge and willing to be coachable, then I'm willing to coach. You feel me? So I hope. Hey, I'm looking forward to have you on the next one, and I'll make sure to go ahead and prepare a more simpler version for you. But awesome, let's go, Giselle. Awesome, let's go. But again, guys, I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I hope you guys have an amazing trade week. Trade responsibly, setting your charts for feedback. That way we can go ahead and clap these markets together, guys. I will see you guys on Friday. Let's get it.